Because we've seen a lot of people do a lot of great ones. Speaking of Martin, speaking of Bernie Mac, is it something that you would want to do your own sitcom?
Of course.
That'd be dope.
Well, when I do TV shows, this has happened so many times, Cam. It be directors. They be like, where the f*** have you been?
It finally happened. Two of my favorites. Cameron, I've been listening to Cameron since his first album and the mixtapes prior to that. And Corey Holcomb sat down together and had an interview. This was recorded a while ago, but they're just putting it out now. And man, did not disappoint. Did not disappoint. But Corey actually dropped some gems about not only comedy, but about art and about what you have to do to really be a full artist and put yourself out there. These are gems. And we need to realize that. We need to recognize that these are gems.
Man, if you doing something like stand-up comedy, especially stand-up comedy, if you rapping, if you whatever, homie, if you scared to talk about who you really are, you are not giving it to the people.
That's facts.
And it's a lot of comedians, because I'm just going to talk about the comedians,
Right.
who are not telling the people who they are. So you're not getting the best of that guy because he's scared to tell you who he is.
Right.
It's people who have habits that they're afraid to let the world know this is how I move.
Right.
And it's stopping you from being who you could be because comedy, I mean, you got to come up with something to say to the people.
Right.
But you actually fighting off what's really on your mind and hard to say. If you just left a nigga house and y'all just smashed, you should talk about that because it's an audience for you for that.
It's true.
But that audience don't really get it. On Netflix, I know it's a whole bunch of moisture on Netflix, but ain't none of them talk about the nigga house they just left.
And some people may mistake this as Corey always talking about this topic, but Corey is talking about this. Corey is talking about honesty. And in order to be a pure artist, there does have to be a transparency within oneself.
You never reach their true potential if you're not bold enough to say who you are, especially in this world of art. Comedy is an art. Rapping is an art. Who are you? That's what make people like you. When you're young, you can get away with it because you're still in the streets and you know the lingo and your mind is there. But when you get older, what you talking about now? This is my opinion, of course.
Absolutely.
What are you talking about now? This not what you doing. God damn it. We seen you in, I mean, I saw a famous comedian. And him and this other dude came out this room and the back of their neck was wet. I was like, that's so funny if you talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not my kind of funny, but
Right, I get what you're
there's an
saying.
audience for that.
Right.
And that audience doesn't get what it really is because you're afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself in this art game. Who are you?
Right.
Next
Is that
one.
what made Pryor so good? Because he talked about everything.
Yes.
Pryor said, Paul Mooney was there when I f***ed my first man. I can show you the quote when he said it. Richard Pryor was bold enough to say some shit, and that's why he stood out. He talked about cocaine and how he was knocking it down and all that.
Right.
Man, these guys ain't talking about that. These guys talking about what's safe. What's safe might have you where I'm at, but hey, when it comes to the art, man, I want to be the best I could be.
And Corey talks about where he is in another part of this interview. And it's not a bad place to be. For all of his critics and detractors, what they want to say is, you know, somehow Corey hasn't reached his full potential. But where Corey is right now is actually a great place to be.
I'll pass up on the big paper if I got to be sugarcoating who I am. But of course, that's me.
Right.
And I paid for it, sort of, because I didn't. Man, come on, man. I did the Tonight Show one time. Jay Leno had me out there doing his man on the street because he liked me.
Right.
But there's still a stigma with being Corey Holcomb that's out there.
Right.
And it's all just masculinity.
Right.
Masculinity, we've been trained that's bad.
Right.
If you're a masculine man, people think something wrong with you. If you don't fold and act like, people think something wrong with you. A masculine man gonna be like, what? So ain't nothing wrong with that.
People try to couch careers in entertainment as being someone that's good to get along with. But I think a lot of times what they're really trying to get is someone who doesn't come in with a masculine force that dominates. You know, the whole, like, they really enjoy people, and I'm actually going to talk about this in another video I'm doing. Hopefully it'll be out today. But they enjoy people who are able to be put into a box, who are able to be controlled. And I think what a lot of people don't understand is that when somebody like Corey Holcomb comes along, or somebody like myself, it does represent a threat. It represents a threat because they know in the back of their mind that somebody that is forceful could command the room, and everybody's like, hey, why are we listening to you? We could be listening to this guy. And so what you see is a lot of docility now. You see a lot of people that are willing to bend and scrape and just do enough that they don't ruffle any feathers, and they call that person easy to work with. So if you ever hear that term in any of your travels in the entertainment business, we want somebody, if it comes in a rejection, we want somebody that's easy to work with. And in corporate America, it's called a good company fit. But that in itself is lessening yourself. It's making yourself less than what you really are.
Oh, and act like people think something wrong with you. A masculine man gonna be like, what?
So
ain't nothing wrong with that.
So you think, and I do too, but I want to hear it come from you. You think you'd be way further along if you tone it down.
If I tuck my tail between my legs.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All day long.
Right.
Yes. They would feel safer. And when I say
Yes.
they, I'm talking about everybody that don't fuck with me. Because I ain't did nothing to you.
Right.
They would feel safer if I walked around with my tail tucked, showing it's tucked.
Yeah.
But I can't do that. But I will tell this about the world on your show. Man, listen, man, I ain't no dirtbag.
Right.
Show me where you see me do some dirtbag shit. I'm one of the guys, man. I'm cool. I don't prey on the weak.
Yep.
None of that. But I do make jokes about things I see. If I see two men holding hands and give each other a kiss in the mouth, I might make a joke out of that. Why did that make me bad?
Right.
But in society now, if you make jokes about something like that, you're a bad guy. And I just don't think that's fair.
Yeah. This is true. So it's safe to say you don't get the recognition you feel you deserve.
Oh, for sure. Now, I could put on my little suit and tie and walk in them agencies. Man, them agencies would love to see me walk in the door.
Right.
Because they know I generate income.
Right.
And they'll just put their little twist on it. But then again, it's just a matter of time before I do, like, if I'm on a TV show or something. When I did Black Jesus, Cam, boy, that dress episode, they had it in there. I was like, well, this going to be my last day.
Yeah.
I was like, homie, I don't do
So
that.
they had a dress episode dead ass.
Man, homie, and I'm so glad the director was a fan. He was like, "No, Corey, you ain't got to do it. You ain't got to do that shit."
Right.
Because I was like, "Oh, damn, this gonna be my last day."
Right.
I ain't put that on.
Right.
And they was all looking, but the director, and I can't even remember his name, and he was a mean ass white boy. He was one of the quiet on set type, but he respected me, talently, and I was so glad that he felt that way about me, because he made me put on something else. But the other guys had to put it on. And I was like, cool. Not saying I ain't had to do that, you did, but I'm just saying I was favored in that moment.
I got you.
Yeah.
But if you in Hollywood, you know, it's certain things it's part of the game. I know that. I'm not afraid of it, but it's just I just know I'll be in the middle of whatever, and then it might be that point where I can't go no further. But I might chase Hollywood this year. I might go get an agent.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, man. Like I said, this was recorded before, but what he said actually came to pass. Corey did go get an agent. Corey's out there making things happen. We might see him on TV very, very soon.
Because we've seen a lot of people do a lot of great ones. Speaking of Martin, speaking of Bernie Mac, is it something that you would want to do your own sitcom?
Of
That would
course.
be dope.
Well, when I do TV shows, this has happened so many times, Cam. It be directors. They be like, where the f*** have you been?
Right.
And I laugh at it.
Right.
I be like, man, you know, when opportunities come, I take it. That's my answer to that.
Right.
That's right.
But I would stand out on shit if I was given an opportunity in Hollywood. And I'm not playing victim in no way because I love my career. I love being able to be me.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the reason I think I'm still healthy enough to travel around the country because I get to be me.
Right.
When I look in the mirror, I'm proud of this guy right here. But it's opportunities that I'm gonna start chasing because it's there.
Right.
Because everybody know me.
Right.
I'm the star that ain't got the trailer. You know what I'm saying?
No, I totally get
on
it.
a lot yet.
Yeah, because listen, when we was doing my killer comedy show, shout out to all the comedians who came, and I remember I called you directly because I'm like, I gotta get Corey directly in.
That was dope too.
Nah, I appreciate it. I know we got a mutual friend. Shout out to Kevin Spence for putting this together too.
Respect.
Yeah. So before I had, I was still trying to talk to your management and everything, get it together. But before you had joined the show, D-Ray was headlining. Then when D-Ray found out you was on the show, he said, no, I ain't headlining. I'll host the show. Corey helped me put me on. And that's like my OG from Chicago. And I was saying, is it, or do you just don't want to go after Corey? No, D-Ray my man. That's my nigga.
It's a lot of that. Yeah. All that you said is true. Now, D-Ray my man. Yeah. Like, I root for D-Ray. You know what I'm saying? But D-Ray done went up and worked where he was headlining before, and I went up before him.
Right.
Well, with a lot of comedians, I'm saying it's about 10 of us out here,
right.
Cam, that people don't really want to go up before us. That's no diss to D-Ray, because D-Ray, that's our man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying it's about 10 of us out here.
Right.
I always say Lavelle's second, because Lavelle's strong.
Right.
That's a funny comedian.
Yeah.
But it's like I say, it's about 10 of us. We monsters. But if you ask me, I'm the best.
Yeah.
I don't work with all of them.
Nah,
yeah. I got mad respect for my peers. But if I'm not going last, hey, I'm going to pray for you. Because I'm going to offset what's happening in the room. When I did that Shaq thing, I went up third.
Right.
I didn't headline that show, but they had to
edit it to make it.
They had to edit it, because there wasn't nothing left.
Got you. Shout out to D-Ray. So I wasn't trying to put you on the spot. I'm just
I love D-Ray. I remember the first time he went up, man. I'm talking about literally his first time doing comedy.
Yeah.
I got him.
He had a lot of respect for you. Super duper respect. I just wanted to make sure that it was like, because sometimes nigga be like, now Corey raised me. That's my man. I wouldn't do that. And I'm like, well, is Corey just that funny that you don't want to go on after him? Either way, you might.
You hadn't seen my set in a while, right?
Not till that day.
So I was laughing when I saw you in the hallway. I was like, wait, this nigga see what I'm finna do.
Yeah, niggas lost their mind.
I was loving that Harlem crowd, man. I was loving it.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, shout out to Killer. Shout out to Corey Holcomb. He is a monster. I can attest. I went to the show. I saw him, saw his material because I hadn't seen him in a while. And, man, he's telling the truth, man. It's not a lot of people that can follow that, and that's not even a slight to other guys, And wouldn't you like to see what Cam was talking about, Corey Holcomb on a sitcom, maybe like a sitcom, but like on like Amazon or something where he can speak the way he wants to speak. Network TV, it might be a little rough, but Corey can work clean too. That's the thing. He's versatile, And it's a choice, that he speaks the way he wants to speak. But, man, that would be amazing. I can't wait. Hopefully it happens. Like I said, Corey is hooked up with some good representation. I think he's going to make a push once again for the game. You know what I'm saying? It's about time, man.
That audience don't really get it. On Netflix, I know it's a whole bunch of moisture on Netflix, but ain't none of them talk about the nigga house they just left.
Corey is talking about honesty. And in order to be a pure artist, there does have to be a transparency within oneself. That's why when they get up on that stage, they can be so transparent. So they can be so vulnerable. It's vulnerability. That's what we call it in acting. But Corey gets to this, and he really does explain why I think the state of comedy is what it is right now, is that they can't necessarily talk about everything. And it doesn't have to be sexuality 100%, but it could be something else deep down that's stopping them from actually going to the place that they need to go, to really examine themselves. All the greats had to do that. Is there a place in entertainment now for somebody like that? Even from the comedy perspective, because I thought comedians have a long leash. You know, they can say things that a lot of other people can't say. But even still, it impacts them behind the scenes. I remember that back to that Chris Spencer episode where what Chris Spencer was saying about Corey. Well, if you say it, you seem too serious now. Why can't you say it and say it with a little smile at the end? And what if you don't feel like smiling at the end? You don't feel like smiling with everybody. Like, that goes back to the authenticity part, the honesty part of this. If you don't feel like smiling with anybody, you shouldn't. And that's one thing that really struck me about the entertainment industry was a lot of the fakeness. Like, don't act like you are my best friend and, oh, yes, king, absolutely king, and dapping me up. And then when it comes time to actually book the job, then you forget about me. Then you don't know me. That's something that I had a problem with in the entertainment industry. But we're doing something about that right now. Anyway, stay tuned. He really needs to get more recognition for what he really is. Say what you want to say online commentators or whatever. Comedians have respect for Corey. They know there's a problem. I'm going to have to follow Corey Holcomb? Oh, well, I better lace up. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about it in the comments. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. If you want to watch more, please watch one of these videos down below. Make sure you sign up for the Faucette Media Patreon. The link is in the description. And also hype this video. When you hype this video, it helps push it in the algorithm. This is Faucette Media.